people were saying it's before he even, like when he was training, he didn't even debut yet. But it's like, who was recording you smoking? That's who you need to look to. Who was recording you smoking and who has access to that video? It's just questions that I need answers to, babe.
I'm trying to get that dough. Every day is another struggle. This is my life. I'm on the paper chase. So what if my pants that roll? Just sit back and inhale that smoke. This is my
life. Alright, what is up, guys? So we are tapping into what rise Seunghan's hiatus tells us about. What is it? Is it about the music industry? About K-pop? Whoop-de-woo? The K-pop industry. So, and I haven't reacted to Bree C. Zinni's videos in a while. It's been a minute. I think the last video I did was, I think it was like that Lucas video, which is like, that's so crazy. The last video I did was similar to this video in a sense of, this is another K-pop idol who's gotten into some scandalous mess, and now they're going on a hiatus, or they're being accused of doing something or something inappropriate. Bitch, I don't know. I've been in tune to it a little bit. I'll be on TikTok and stuff, so I've seen different things. Do I necessarily agree with him being on hiatus? No, because I feel like it wasn't that serious. But then at the end of the day, you have to know what type of industry you're in. You're not only in the music industry, you're in the K-pop industry. So yes, K-pop idols are like, they're human, just like us. They make mistakes, they do dumb shit, especially when you're a teenager or you're like in your early 20s. You're definitely gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna do stupid shit. That's just a part of the learning and growing process of just like being a person. You know what I mean? Being a grown adult is just, it is what it is. So I think that as a regular human being, it's okay to make mistakes, or it's okay to do things that maybe isn't favorable to everybody, but you're growing, you're learning, you have to experience things to get out there, to know what's for you, know what's not for you. But the difference lies, is when you gotta know where you at. You gotta know where you at. It's almost the same sense as if you're working a regular job. Now let's just we're gonna get into the video, but I'm trying to give you of how I'm thinking of it versus a fan who is just like, no, he shouldn't be, you know, on a hiatus, or he's human like everybody else. I agree with those sentiments because he is human like everybody else. But I'm looking at it from that standpoint and also another one. So I can see how you would be like, this isn't right. But I also can see the K-pop side of things because they have a business that they have to adhere to too. So it's the same instance as where me, regular finesse, is working a job. Working a regular full-time job. I get all my benefits. I go to work. I do my 9 to 5 whoop-de-woo. Things that I would do, or the way I would conduct myself outside of work, is different how I would conduct myself inside of work. Now, some people would say, well, the things that Seunghan was doing, it's not like he was smoking on set of a music video, or he wasn't smoking at an award show, or yes, but it's different. It's different. I don't know why it's different. Different jobs call for different things. So am I gonna go to my 9 to 5 in the office and start smoking? No, because I would get fired immediately. With K-pop, or not even with K-pop, with the music industry in general, I feel like there should be some type of leg room to be able to do what you want and not have to face consequences for that, especially if you're not really harming anyone. Now, the whole picture thing with the girlfriend, that was stupid. That was stupid to me. That was dumb. I don't agree with that at all. I don't even understand why he would get. I don't know if maybe if that had to do with him being reprimanded. The smoking thing, you gotta know where you at. You gotta know where you at. And I hate the fact that I even have to say that. You have, if you get what I'm saying, then you get it. You have to know where you at. Unfortunately, you should be allowed to smoke or do whatever you want because you're an adult. You should be. It should be like that. But again, knowing how the K-pop industry is, you gotta move accordingly. And that's just the bigger picture. You have to move accordingly. Knowing how they don't like K-pop, don't like any scandals. They don't like when you really date nobody. Cause fans crazy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to be talking bad about other idols. It's just the way of the K-pop industry. And it's just is what it is. Now obviously he's gonna make mistakes, so he should be allowed to make mistakes. But I gotta reiterate it. You gotta know where you at. Now, seeing as though he's only 19 and he just got here and he's a rookie, he doesn't, I don't think I think he's aware and he's smart. We're not gonna act like rookies are dumb and they don't know no better. They do know better. But at the end of the day, they make mistakes and you're learning. So you could say that, oh, he's learning and he just got here and he made a mistake and he's still growing, and that's very true. That's very, very well and true. But there are a lot of people that are like, at the end of the day, you signed up for this and you know that you have to move a certain way being in the K-pop industry. If you were just in the regular music industry over in the West, we don't care if you smoke. Like, we don't care if you go get a tattoo. We don't care. We don't care. But because you got to know where you at, and you got to know the culture, and you got to know all of these things, which you should know because it is your culture. And I would hope that if you're training, they would tell you how to move accordingly, which I can't see you being you training for 4 or 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, and they not tell you how to move accordingly. They not tell you what and what not to do. But again, you're going to make mistakes. So I don't agree with him being put on hiatus at all, because I think the shit that he was doing was just, it was stupid, but it wasn't nothing to write home about. Again, I'm from the West, so I mean, I didn't see celebrities do everything. The shit that he was doing was petty. It's like petty theft. It's nothing. But to them, to the K-pop industry, business-wise, apparently it's something. So all I'm saying is, the main gist of what I'm trying to get to before anybody go on my comments and start doing the fucking most, the main thing that I'm trying to get to is, you gotta know what field you're in. And this K-pop field is not the field to be playing scandal. It's just not, because you'll get out just like that. From what I've seen and things that I have seen, they don't fucking play. So you gotta know where you at. And I hope this is a learning lesson to him to start moving differently, because it does affect people. It affects your members, because now it's just 6 of them now. It's 6 people. I'm hoping that it's not an indefinite hiatus. Is that what it's called? A definite, indefinite, whatever the fuck. It's permanent. I'm hoping that it's not a permanent hiatus where they don't bring him back. I read the article that they put out where they're saying they're going to try to get to the bottom of it and involve police and all this other shit like that. I hope that they do. I also think that whoever was leaking this information out is someone in his camp, personally. Somebody that don't fuck with him. They don't fuck with him the way they supposed to fuck with him. Because if you was a real hitter, if you was a real friend, a real nigga that was around him and y'all as homies or whatever like that, you wouldn't be trying to out him. So who knows who this person is that is trying to cause chaos and division and trying to set him up and shit like that. But I'm hoping for the best. Seunghan actually was one of my favorite members of Rise. I don't have a bias or anything yet, but he definitely was one of them that I was like, he cute. He gives off that bad boy type of energy that I get from him. That's probably why he in the situation he is, child. Because he do look a little bad boyish. He got that look. He got the look. He's definitely a cutie. But I'm just hoping that it's not definite and it's not something that's permanent and they actually do try to get to the fucking bottom of it. I don't think that he needed to be on hiatus though for them to try to get to the bottom of it. But it's just them saying that they're trying to protect their asset, they're trying to protect business. They see that Rise is a new up and coming boy group that everybody's really fucking with. And they're trying to protect it, I guess. I don't know. Y'all know how SM do. I'm not surprised by it at all because it's SM. And y'all know how they do. They've done this before. So, yeah. I didn't talk so motherfucking much, child. I hope y'all can understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, I don't think that he deserves to be put on hiatus at all. Like, by any means. Because this shit wasn't that deep to me. But you gotta understand where you at and what business you in. So let's go ahead and get to the video and see her break this shit down.
I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together like we fly. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love. From your baby.
Hey guys, it's Bree Seasony. Welcome back to my channel. I can't believe I'm back to discuss this topic when I literally just uploaded a video all about SM's boy group Rise a few days ago.
That.
But here we are. As of November 22nd,
I should have did her
Korean
guide.
Standard Time, SM Entertainment announced that Rise Seunghan will be on an indefinite hiatus. But how did we get here? In this video, I'll briefly go through what went down leading up to the shocking announcement, and as always, I'll let you guys know my opinion on the issue, as well as reflect on what Seunghan's situation tells us about the K-pop industry as a whole. Before we get into it, thank you to my channel members, The Rose of NCT, Night Skin Nihonjin, Silent Night, Sarah, Kia Tatsuki, Misa Lee, Kaylin Castor, Vermilion, and Alice Loves Cherry. Without further ado, let's get into it. In case you're not familiar with Rise, they're SM's first boy group in 7 years since the debut of NCT in 2016.
Damn.
The members are Shotaro and Seungchan, former members of NCT U, members Anton, Wonbin, and Sohee, and Eunseok and Seunghan, who are former SM rookies. Their single album, Get a Guitar, dropped on September 4th, 2023, and since then they've enjoyed vast success as a rookie group, such as becoming $1 million sellers and even snatching nominations at the 2023 Mama Awards. However, despite their unquestionable recognition as one of the hottest rookie groups of the year, Rise Seunghan has been embroiled in a web of rumors and slander for the past few months, even before Rise's debut. The first and perhaps most damaging controversy started in August of this year, before Rise's debut, when leaked photos of Seunghan with a girl began to circulate online. Even though this was a clear invasion of his privacy and the photos should have never been leaked in the first place, many netizens were enraged to see that Seunghan was in a relationship pre-debut. As silly as this may sound, if you're a K-pop fan, you probably know that there are a lot of fans who feed into this twisted delusion that idols are single and attainable. So seeing idols dating someone ruins the fantasy of these types of fans in a sense and destroys the idol's pure image. This also poses an issue to the typical idol's agency, which wants their idols to be as marketable as possible to fans, feeding into the fan-idol parasocial relationship for profit. In my opinion, this expectation of idols to not pursue relationships is one of the most toxic aspects of fandom culture, and I wish it would stop. Even though Seunghan's dating scandal shouldn't have been a scandal at all, many K-netizens angrily demanded Seunghan be removed from Rise. While on the other hand, most international fans were pretty chill and understanding and
we
saw
don't
nothing
care.
wrong with Seunghan dating. In response, on August 3rd for his past actions, only a few days before Rise debuted with Get a Guitar. I found it ridiculous that Seunghan had to apologize for being in a relationship, but it's apparent that he was urged to do so by SM to protect his image as well as for the sake of Rise. SM promised in a statement to monitor the unauthorized leaks of Seunghan's private information and take legal action, but the drama didn't end there. Of course, I have to mention the infamous Instagram Live that went viral. Seunghan had a private Instagram account, and one of his Instagram friends leaked a live he had with none other than TXT's Subin. In the live, the conversation between the two. So
here's my thing though, and this is where I'm like, whoever's on your team, whoever's one of your friends, if this is supposed to be a private page, meaning that this isn't a public page for fan consumption. It's not like it's a page that you're doing promotion on, or you have 7-12 million followers on, and everybody knows that that's your page. If this is a private and personal page, I'm going to assume that this is a page for maybe your friends and family. Maybe it's one of those pages that you don't upload on really, but you use it to comb the internet without making a mistake of liking a picture or being on somebody's story. If you were to do it from like your like real account that has millions and millions of followers, it's one of those like hidden pages. And if that's the case, then who are the people that you're following? Who are the people that you're following and that's following you that would even know that you have this account? Who would know that you have this account that's following you is my thing. So it has to be somebody close that would know that you have this page. It's messy.
Seunghan, it's a fact. You can't dance, sing, or rap. You're just all excited just because you emceed for Music Bank. You even got to meet our Eunchae. Subin, I have something to show you. And then Subin turned his camera to show his foot, making the middle finger gesture with his toe. So obviously this conversation is just harmless joking around between two friends. If you're a MOA or watch K-pop music shows, you most likely know that Subin was an MC for Music Bank for a while. So here Seunghan is teasing him about no longer being an MC and jokingly saying he can't sing, dance, or rap. However, when this live was leaked online, it was completely and I think maliciously taken out of context, and people claimed that Seunghan was instead talking badly about another idol, which would be LE SSERAFIM Eunchae, who was mentioned in the conversation since she's also an MC. While I found the fact that Seunghan and Subin are friends to be really cool since I'm both a MOA and a breeze, and found Subin's middle finger gesture with his toe to be so weird but hysterical, I also felt uneasy about the fact that once again more of Seunghan's private footage was leaked. And not only that, they took this private image and they twisted it to start drama between two fandoms,
because why him
and Breeze.
in particular?
Since this was a live done via his private Instagram account, it had to have been recorded and leaked by one of his Instagram friends. And there were only a couple
that
of
know
people
he
on
got
the live
that page.
besides Seunghan and Subin. It became clear to me that someone close to Seunghan and maybe others as well were determined to ruin his reputation as an idol. Besides the Instagram live with Subin and the pictures of Seunghan and a girl he was dating,
want to see you succeed,
photos of Seunghan smoking were also leaked, and in addition, an anonymous K netizen who claimed to be Seunghan's former friend came forward. In a statement posted online, Seunghan's alleged former friend made countless accusations, such as Seunghan smoking and drinking as a trainee, and talking badly about other trainees behind their backs, closing with, "He's just not that great of a guy to like as an idol." When I read this K netizen's claim, I didn't think much of it since it mainly seemed to be criticizing Seunghan for his personality, and it could have been just a mere case of the two not getting along well. But I wondered what this person's motive was. Did he truly feel wronged by Seunghan somehow, or feel like he wasn't a person suitable to be an idol? Or was he a fellow trainee who...
So apparently the things that's being leaked are things that are done in his own private time. So the picture with his girlfriend, obviously, that I don't give a fuck about. So that was some shit that ended up getting leaked. The video where he was talking to Soonbin about someone else, that was something done on his private Instagram or whatever like that. That got leaked. It got leaked and it was taken out of context. So there's that. And then this picture or this video of him smoking a cigarette, people were saying it's before he even, like when he was training, he didn't even debut yet. But it's like, who was recording you smoking? That's who you need to look to. Who was recording you smoking and who has access to that video? It's just questions that I need answers to, babe.
Who was envious of Seunghan making it in the industry, wanting to see him fall. When taking a step back and looking at all of the rumors and private information circulating about Seunghan, I couldn't help but think about how sinister it was. This wasn't a bullying scandal that we see often in K-pop where an individual is accused of tormenting someone, or allegations that Seunghan had committed a serious crime. It seems that the only thing Seunghan is truly guilty of here is being a typical teenager who happens to be an idol. And I think that's what disturbs me me the most. K-netizens
much.
spreading the rumors and demanding Seunghan's removal from the group smelled blood, and
They're
they
sick.
refused to let a few days pass without leaking more information, starting new rumors, or throwing around more verbal insults. I also thought about how betrayed Seunghan must have felt, knowing that it was most likely someone close to him, a friend, who started leaking info since his conversations, photos, and videos were on private accounts. To me, this seemed like a case of multiple people trying their best to tarnish his idol reputation and ruin him. As I mentioned earlier, Seunghan has been caught up in a storm of rumors and allegations for the past few months, and there are even more instances of his private pictures and videos being distributed online. However, recently the resentment towards Seunghan online has been ramping up, with some anti-fans even allegedly confronting him during fan calls and others sending protest trucks to SM demanding his removal. So although I was disappointed, part of me wasn't surprised when SM released their statement announcing Seunghan would be on an indefinite hiatus as of November 22nd, and Rise would continue activities as 6 members. According to the statement, it was Seunghan's choice to halt activities for the sake of the other members of Rise. SM acknowledged their, quote, negligence in managing our artists even before their debut, but also promised that they would swiftly take legal action against the individuals who leaked the photos and videos of Seunghan and maliciously spread rumors. In addition, the unauthorized leaker and distributor of the videos and photos spread fabricated and distorted information that is different from the facts by using non-existent messenger conversations and malicious techniques to create groundless false information. They are continuing to commit serious acts of defamation against artists. As soon as we became aware of the above facts, we immediately carried out monitoring, collected a significant amount of evidence, identified those who leaked and distributed the information without permission, and plan to file a complaint with the local police station this afternoon. Although I was disappointed that Seunghan was going on hiatus, I understood the decision was made for the sake of the group. I can only imagine the mental stress and turmoil Seunghan as well as the rest of Rise have been going through since August, and now the rest of the members will have to adapt as a group without him for the time being. I can't imagine being a rookie artist trying to enjoy finally debuting and achieving your dreams, but at the same time, knowing that you're constantly being attacked online and feeling on edge, not knowing what new information will be leaked about you next. At the same time, I feel very disillusioned with the way SM has handled scandals over the years. It just seems that time after time
They'll throw you
fall
away in
short in protecting the
2.5
artist from
seconds.
harm,
Yep.
and I don't know if
They
that
don't
will
care.
ever change. As I touched on before, even though it seems that in their statement SM has identified who some of the perpetrators are, they've said they've gathered all of the appropriate information and are going to the police station to file a report. I don't know who the perpetrators are behind this, but I can speculate. I think people close to Seunghan are some of the individuals who are leaking the information online. But besides those close to Seunghan and all of the anonymous K-netizens on forums such as Pan and the Q, there's also user Bosongi on Twitter who has constantly circulated pics and videos of Seunghan as well as attacked other idols. Many netizens think that Bosongi is the notorious YouTuber Sojang, who I've discussed on my channel before. I wouldn't be surprised if this Twitter user is Sojang, but I wasn't able to confirm this. Regardless of whoever is responsible, I truly hope SM follows through and takes legal action against the perpetrators. Seunghan also took to Weverse to release a statement to Breeze. Hello, I'm Seunghan. First of all, I'd like to say I'm really sorry. I know very well that my rash actions in the past are hurting too many people now. I'm really reflecting. I'd like to say that I'm very sorry to the fans and Rise members who think I've caused too much damage at a time when I had to work harder and devote myself more than ever. I'll really reflect so that I can become a better person. Once again, I want to say sorry to the members, the fans, and the staff. So I think that this is a really good statement by Seunghan. He really seems to be owning it, and he even mentions that, you know, he thinks that he could have done better as a trainee and he could have worked harder and fully devoted himself to his craft. So although I don't think that he's in the wrong in this situation, I do really commend him for this statement. I think it was a pretty mature move for him. But as much as it sucks to say, the only thing Breeze can do now is play the waiting game. As SM has stated, Seunghan is on an indefinite hiatus. If I'm being realistic, I have no idea how long this hiatus will be, and I can't even say for certain if I believe Seunghan will return as a member of Rise. I know there are tons of fans, especially international fans, who will support Seunghan, but I also know that unfortunately there are many who want him gone as well, and SM will most likely look at public perception when making a decision. It takes time to collect evidence and build a case, but SM should have prevented this mess before it got so out of control. Seunghan wanting to take a break, especially for his mental health and the well-being of the rest of the group, is understandable, but SM should have never let things escalate to the point that it became necessary. Seunghan shouldn't have to be punished for being defamed online. Overall, I just hope SM can get to the bottom of things, and I wish Seunghan and the other members of Rise the best. Like I was just saying in my recent Rise video, Seunghan is extremely talented. He has immeasurable charisma on
And he
stage,
could dance
and he
his
has
ass
a great
off.
voice. So I hope he can use his talent and can continue as an idol. The age of making idols apologize for dating and being human needs to end, and companies
real.
need to start taking defamation against their artists seriously. So now that we've gotten to the end of discussing the controversy Seunghan has faced, what does this situation tell us about the K-pop industry? For one, if you want to be an idol, your past has to be nearly spotless, or else it may come back to bite you later. If you're caught dating, especially if you're a rookie without an established loyal fan base that you've grown over time, your career is in big trouble. If your reputation is tarnished, even if you're not in the wrong, you may have to sacrifice yourself for the good of your group and your company's optics.
Yeah, man.
And lastly, unfortunately, some companies like SM Entertainment seem to frequently reward the bad behavior of netizens who leak private information and start rumors to slander and ultimately ruin their artists. So as always, I want to know what you think. How do you feel about Seunghan going on hiatus? Do you think he should be removed from Rise, or do you hope that he'll rejoin?
This is what I'll say, right? This video about to end. I think it was fucked up for them to remove him, period. Because at the end of the day, it could be considered something that is defamation. It could be... See, that's the tricky part. I feel like, isn't defamation more like someone is lying on you? So if something is being leaked, how is that's more of a security issue. I feel like what Seunghan is facing is more of a security issue. I don't know if it's defamation, because I could have sworn defamation is more like the person is lying on you or giving out false things. But let me know. I could be wrong in that. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel as though it's not looking good. It's not. I'm hoping for the best, because I think that he shouldn't be on a hiatus anyway. When it comes to anything that's started by fans or public perception, or just like the general public, for whatever reason, it's like the K-pop industry doesn't want to go through they don't want to go through the chore of having to go to court or do paperwork or do this and that. They would rather take the easy way out and say, well, we'll just get rid of the idol. Problem solved. That's what it reminds me of. And I'm basing that off of this situation. I'm basing it off of Lucas from Wave V. It's giving, we don't want to have to go through the chore of trying to collect the data and the information and building up a case. We'd rather just get rid of the person, which I think is fucked up. I think it's fucked up, because you aren't protecting the people that you put through training, and you've basically sold them hopes and dreams only to pretty much let them down when they need you the most. So it's a fucked up situation, especially with him being so young. Like, he's 19, or he just turned 20. It's a fucked up situation. It is. So I do not agree by any means with him being on hiatus or leaving, or I don't even agree with his ass apologizing. Like, that'd be some bullshit, the fact that you gotta apologize for dating. It's almost like the K-pop industry feeds into the delusion of the fans. And I guess that's the way they make money, so it's okay. But they feed into it. And that's why they act the way they do. Because they end up getting rewarded. That shit is crazy. But I hope the best for him. I really would be sick if they removed him. Because, I mean, if you really want to be honest about it, they said that Lucas is supposed to be going solo. I ain't heard that nigga drop anything yet. And that's no shade. Where is his solo project that he apparently was coming up with? Remember how they tried to say that in the statement? Oh, he's leaving Wavy, he's leaving, NCT. He's going to be releasing, he's going to do some solo shit. We ain't seen a solo shit yet. So, a lot of the things that they be putting in those statements be bullshit. If you really want to be honest, I don't even think they're looking deeper into this. And that's just me personally. I don't think they give a fuck. I don't think they care, sadly. But there's SM for you. Shout out to Breezy Zinni, always coming through with the dope videos. Anyway, I love you guys as always, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.